Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 6th, ending Friday the 10th of November 2017. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract, daily chart of the S&P 500 in futures form, and we are 10 candles up towards a secret 13 sell signal, but again, incremental gains every day, a point or less to new highs typically. Not much of a week in terms of range, 20 points of range maybe on the ES for the whole week. Maybe not even that. We'll see it in a minute. Let's go through the daily charts of the majors, and then we'll look at the economic data. So crude oil shoots to all-time high for the year. 55.64 is the close up, $1.90. Gold down $8.50. S&P cash index. This one's up $7.99, and actually, yes, this one shows 11 candles up, so the cash a little different than the futures. NASDAQ 100 was up 59.19. The big five were up again. That was about it because the advanced decline ratio was actually negative by a little bit. We'll look at that. SOX up 22.63. That's new closing highs on the SOX. The biotech's up 51.3. That is nowhere near closing highs. I think this is the lowest close of the year, $9.14 on the VIX, down 74 cents. Not good. Not good for volatility. Trend closes at 0.97. 10-day moving average at 1.10. There's no signal there. NASDAQ volume 2.2 billion shares after being a little more than that on 2.3 on Thursday. So some good volume, even though most of the action's been pretty flat. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ negative 46. That means 46 more stocks were down than up, more stocks down than up. On the New York, negative 94. But why was the NASDAQ up 52? Well, because of the usual. Google up 702. By the way, that's 11 candles up now in Google. Apple up $4.39. That's actually decent for Apple after its earnings. Amazon up $17.38. New closing high on Amazon. Got my new Kindle Oasis waterproof today. Cool little reader. Netflix only up 69 cents. Remember, this one's got the 13 sell signal in place. Tesla up $6.83, which is back near lows for the last few months. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 34 cents. Goldman Sachs down $2.34, $2.48. And note, this one had the 13 sell signal the day before, so it's one of the few big stocks that are down, but it did have the sell signal, so those sell signals really, really important. All right, let's take a look. We'll switch this to 10-minute candles. Take a look at the ES for the week. So, Monday we gapped down a little, tried to recover, slipped lower. We were down for the day. Tuesday, gapped up, filled, drifted higher, still down for the week at that point. Wednesday, we gap all the way back up, come back and fill the gap exactly, rebound a little bit. And at this point, after Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're essentially down like 2 points from the S&P for the whole week. Thursday, we head lower sharply early, spent the whole day recovering, ended up flat. So after Thursday, we're still down maybe 3 or 4 points now for the whole week. And then Friday, a dead flat first hour and a half after all the big numbers, the economic numbers. And then we head up and look at the 13 sell signal intraday as the high of the week. And then we kind of flatten out. So for the week, we gained 7 points on the S&P, but we were down the whole time until the very end of the week. Meanwhile, the NASDAQ side, a little more positive, it was up most of the week, actually. It was even on Thursday, but ended up going up. One of the things to point out is the Russell 2000 index. Even if we look at this, actually, let's look at this on the daily, because the small caps usually run this time of year. They usually make a good move. They had a move in September, obviously, but this is October, November is usually a good time for them, and depending on what your view of how the Tax Reform Act is going, that should be good news for the Russell. And it's not moving. It's not going well. It's actually down for the last month. So just something to keep in mind on the Russell futures, or the Russell itself. All right, so we'll set this back to 5-minute candles. Let's take a look at the economic data that's coming out in the week ahead. Remember, there's a time change on Saturday night. So Monday, mortgage delinquencies, no big deal. Fed member speaking, loan officer survey. None of that matters. Tuesday, nothing until 11 a.m. It's the IBD tip, economic optimism number, JOLTS job openings. Fed Chair Yellen speaking one of her last speeches, now that we have a new one nominated. Consumer credit at 4 p.m. Wednesday, crude oil inventories and a 10-year bond auction. Thursday, unemployment claims, final wholesale inventories, natty gas, 30-year bond auction. Friday, we've got a bank holiday, Veterans Day. So stocks are open, but banks are closed. It's essentially a holiday. People don't really show up. There's not much trading that goes on when the banks are closed, but we do have University of Michigan sentiment. Overall, that makes this week extremely light, one of the lightest we've seen in terms of economic data, and you can almost treat it as a 4-day week with the markets, with the banks closed on Friday. So we will see what we get. Typically, this is a good time of year from a trading perspective. but we're just not getting a lot of action. That VIX being at 9 and change is not good. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.